crucial change took place approximately between 1996 and 2002, a 6-year period. In going into 96, opioids were treated this way as a prescription drug. They were seen as the drug of last resort for pain, and they were viewed with a great deal of fear and skepticism because of the enormous danger of addiction. But 6 years later, that had changed. It had changed to more of an approach where opioids were seen as one of a list of pain medication options, and that fear and concern about addiction was gone or virtually gone. That change in America, in American sort of medicine and practices, was devastating for so many Americans. From 1999 to 2017, 218,000 Americans lost their lives in regard to opioid-related prescription drugs. A little more than 2,000 over a comparable period lost their lives in Iowa. And we allege in our petition that what Purdue Pharma did, and Richard Sackler as its leader, contributed significantly to that. The petition describes their marketing effort as an octopus. They were everywhere. First and foremost, they employed a lot of sales representatives that went to doctors' offices, hospitals, and clinics and marketed on a direct personal level these drugs. They got their views into medical publications. Their thinking, we think the wrong thinking, on prescriptions got into the medical schools. They communicated directly with potential patients about the use of these drugs in a much more free and open way. They essentially were everywhere. Also, they funded third parties, and we're finding in consumer protection that third parties are playing a much bigger role in major deceptions. And by third parties, I mean something like a pain association that would sound pretty neutral, sound like it was patient-orientated, but in this situation, they were funded by Purdue. And they came up with things like patients should be free of pain, doctors should be scored based on whether they get them free of pain or not, and in some cases maybe even compensated on those scores. The whole effort was massive, and as I said, contributed significantly to that change in practice and philosophy and outlook in American medicine.